One, two, three. It's quarantine time. Hello, recorders. Happy New Year. I am reporting to you live from SAC Anime 2024, and I got an amazing guest with you. I am here once again with one of the many juggernauts of voice acting, Kyle Hebert. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent. Happy New Year, sir.
Yeah, likewise. Anyway, because of your shirt, Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal, I'm quite curious. Let's kick things off. Who would be one of your dream guest stars or someone that you work with to do a similar kind of film like that?
Oh my gosh, I think it would be amazing to work with either of them. I mean, I'd be like speechless. I'd be like, but you're like, nah. But I mean, I followed Nicolas Cage a lot longer because I'm a Gen Xer, man. I remember him coming along in the early 80s and seeing him. The dude can act, but honestly, sometimes he kind of just takes the paycheck and does basically any script that comes across his way. But hey, mad props, man. He's able to make a living doing that, doing the craft. But the dude does have really good acting skills, and pairing him up with Pedro Pascal, who's also more than holds his own and all that. I think that'd be a dream project, honestly, to get to work with people of that caliber.
Yeah, hey, we're cheering you on. And also, speaking about dream projects, you recently tweeted about this, how despite the longevity of your career, you feel like you still haven't been cast like it's a dream to be cast in like in a major, production. What keeps you, going after all these years in your career, sir?
I think when you want something bad enough, you just don't give up. And those cliches are cliches for a reason. When you have the confidence in yourself and believe that if someone would just give me a chance, I can prove it. I believe I put in the time, and this is just something I've wanted ever since I was a little kid. Watching Looney Tunes and learning about Mel Blanc, I have been very, very fortunate to make a career out of doing anime and video games. But the big goal for me ever since I was little was to do cartoon voices. And, since I've been in the business for 23 years, I have been amazingly fortunate not only to do the kind of projects I've done, but also to meet people in the industry that I hope to get to work with. On the con scene, getting to meet legends like Billy West or John DiMaggio or Rob Paulson, Maurice LaMarche, people of that caliber that I hope to sit in a room one day and record. Because in anime, you're all by yourself. The animation is locked in, you have to match the lip sync. But for cartoons, everybody gets to have their own mic, and it's like a radio play. You do it scene by scene, and you get to watch everyone's process and watch them screw up, and that's where the magic really happens. I've gotten to do that to a little degree, but not nearly enough. So I'm hungry. I can't just rest on my laurels. I want to keep going and just going. I'm so passionate about getting to do this that I just don't want to stop. I just want to take things to the next level.
God damn, I am just inspired by you. And also how it's important that you talked about, doing everything together when it prelay animation. But because of the rise of technology, being able to record at home, do you feel like, doing studio sessions is going to die down in the future?
I don't know about that 100% because I know the technology is existing to where people around the world, if they have broadcast quality recording space and equipment, they literally could cast anybody from around the planet to be on any sort of production. Yeah. Having said that, I think a lot of the domestic animation casting directors and studios probably still to this day would prefer people come in because that magic and that chemistry, it can't be replicated on a Zoom call. And I've talked to people who have been doing cartoons for decades, and they said during the pandemic, a Zoom call just did not have the same energy. It's much cooler to be in the same room and actually play off each other's performance live, to see the looks on the faces, the expressions, and just being in that proximity. It's something can't be replicated. So that is why I picked up and moved to the West Coast all those years ago. I hope to be able to be in the room. I live down the street from Warner Brothers. I can see the tower. I'm like, I know the Animaniacs are in there, man. I want to be able to do this. And, I'm just sticking to my guns.
That's really good. Anyway, let's kick things off with also talking about one of your big projects from last year, Street Fighter 6. How's it feel like continuing, playing Ryu after all these years?
It's pretty awesome. I've gotten to be a part of the English cast ever since Street Fighter 4. That was the first time they had a dedicated English cast for that. There have been different people to play the characters through the years, whether it's the anime and this, that, and the other, but Capcom has I mean, thank you, Capcom, for calling on me to continue to reprise the role on various projects, even Disney having me in for Wreck-It Ralph, or the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, even to have him as the Crimson Ranger, and having him say it's morphin' time. What is life? I got to say that. What? I mean, crazy. So, yeah, being a part of such a great, well-built game, and I'm particularly happy with Street Fighter 6 because the new configuration on the controller makes it much easier for casual players to pick up. And I'm a button masher, so I'm doing much better now that I can not have to memorize combos. Yeah.
Yeah, myself. I had the exact same experience when I was playing the game too. And also, like, I know this is probably a strict NDA thing. Like, we're all patiently waiting for the release of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Like, as we eagerly await for that, how's it feel like at least coming back to that, series after, 16 years since the last one?
I'm always excited when there's a new game project. My favorite of recent years has been Fighters. And honestly, I would rather just see more of that. But that's just me. I know there's a dedicated, hardcore fan base for Tenkaichi. And, the Dragon Ball fans are passionate. They're always going to be there in between series or movies. And, as long as if they want to bring Gohan back in the fold, hopefully they will continue to call on me. So I'm waiting. I'm here, guys. Call me.
Yeah, and especially on that dedicated fan base, it's because, like, everyone likes the what-if scenarios. Like, do you wish that those games had more what-if scenarios? Like, say, how do you think Gohan would interact with Raditz if he was still alive?
Yeah, what if and multiverse type stuff? Yeah, absolutely. Crafting and creating your own Saiyan character and stuff that they've kind of laid the groundwork on in Xenoverse, that's great. Let's take things to the next level. Let's do new fusions. Let's do new storylines that are unique just to the game or whatnot, that have things that we haven't ever seen before in the show or the movies, and vice versa. Let's continue to bring the characters from the movies and stuff into the game realm. Why not,
Yeah, it's like, hey, we all want to see it. And it's like, that's like such a good concept. Now, I don't mean to move on to spoiler territory about JoJo's Bizarre, but how did it feel your own reaction of your own character dying?
Yeah, taking a permanent dirt nap. It's always hard to say goodbye to a character. I did not know going in that he was going to go away. So that was tough, and the fans tell me it was tough saying goodbye to that character too. I had no idea until after Stardust Crusaders came out how insanely rabid and passionate the fan base for JoJo actually is. To me, who was 54 years old, I thought JoJo was just this old property from the 90s. I remember a fighting game on the Dreamcast way back in the day. And again, just like Dragon Ball or any of those huge other IPs and franchises that have the test of time, they have the fans, and they're sticking to it. It was an honor to get to play such a cool character as Noriaki Kakyoin in such an iconic franchise.
Yeah, very iconic franchise. And on a final note, wrapping up on those iconic franchises, last year we had some live-action anime such as One Piece and Yu Yu Hakusho. How bizarre would it be for you to see some of your other popular IPs getting that treatment, whether it's My Hero or JoJo's Bizarre?
Well, I hear that My Hero is going to happen. I believe Warner Brothers might have the rights to that. And I think Warner Brothers has the rights to do Bleach and possibly a Naruto one. So we'll see. I'm sure all eyes are looking at the success of One Piece live action. And there was recently uploaded to Netflix the Japanese live action of Yu Yu Hakusho. I have not seen that. But yeah, as long as they do a good job and please the fans, I'm open-minded enough to see. It's like, can we not do Dragon Ball Evolution again? Can we not repeat that mistake?
I've actually have never seen the movie to this day, Kyle. How dare you speak of it?
I know, right? I have to be honest here. It's not the worst movie ever made, but it is pretty much the worst adaptation ever made. So, yeah. If you haven't seen Dragon Ball Evolution, don't start. Just some things are left unsaid.
That is very clear. Anyway, to close things out, Kyle, what do you got coming out later this year that you want to promote, or if you can?
Yeah, well, see, I'm under NDA until I'm allowed to speak about it or if the projects come out. But just know that your buddy Kyle is still working behind the mic. More projects are in the works, and you're going to hear about it. First and foremost, I did spend December recording on the new Gurren Lagann movies. Those finally dubbed. They're going to be a limited theatrical release in theaters of Fathom Events. One night they're screening in Japanese, and then the other night they're screening in dubbed. So check your local theater listings and check out the 2 Gurren Lagann movies coming to theaters for one night only. I think the week of the January 17th and 24th. So looking to see some big screen Kamina action.
Yeah, hey, I'm ready for that too. We are all out, Kyle. Anyway, Kyle, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Recorders, please hit that subscribe button, comment down below, follow Kyle at all of his social medias, and catch you next time.